In a quiet African village, a farmer named Temba watched his crops with worry. Year after year, droughts ruined his fields. His children went hungry, yet he never stopped dreaming. He believed there was a secret hidden in the soil, and he vowed to uncover it. Every morning before dawn, Temba walked to the fields. He touched the soil, feeling its heartbeat. "Everything alive has rhythm," he would whisper. Villagers laughed at his strange habits, but he knew the earth spoke if you listened closely. Temba began studying old farming scrolls and books. He borrowed a broken radio to listen to scientists talk. They spoke of temperature, moisture, and molecules. Slowly, the pieces of a puzzle began to form. He realized nature followed patterns like time itself. One night, lightning struck near his fields. He saw the soil glowing faintly in the dark. Instead of fear, he felt wonder. He collected samples and stored them in clay pots. He believed he'd just witnessed a gift from nature. Weeks turned into months of experiments. He mixed ash, rainwater, and special herbs into the soil. Plants started growing faster, stronger, greener. But what amazed him most was their endurance. They simply refused to rot. The villagers thought it was magic. They called him the man who froze time. Even elders came to bless his land. But Temba smiled quietly, keeping his secret. It wasn't magic, it was science and patience. He studied temperature changes every hour. He realized plants slept like humans at night. So, he built reflective panels from scrap metal. They captured sunlight and released it gently after dark. The crops never felt time passing. News spread beyond his village. Scientists came with notebooks and cameras. They couldn't believe what they saw. Crops harvested months ago were still fresh. It was as if decay had forgotten this land. Temba explained humbly, "I didn't stop time. I respected it." He had created a rhythm between soil and sunlight. His method made the environment self-balanced. Even pests avoided his fields. He had discovered harmony, not sorcery. Soon, governments wanted his formula. They offered him money, contracts, and power. But Temba refused every deal. He feared greed would poison what nature had blessed. He wanted the world fed, not sold. Temba's fields became a wonder of the continent. Crops never spoiled, and their colors stayed bright. Travelers came from distant lands to see his miracle. Children danced in the fields that once were dry. Hope had returned to Africa's soil. But not everyone celebrated his success. Other farmers grew jealous and suspicious. "How can one man control time?" they whispered. Rumors spread that he had made a deal with spirits. Fear turned neighbors into enemies. One night, they broke into his farm. They tore his panels and spilled his soil samples. The next morning, his heart broke at the sight. Yet he didn't shout or curse. He simply began rebuilding, from nothing. A journalist from Nairobi heard his story. She traveled miles to meet the time farmer. When she asked how he stayed calm, he smiled. Because time heals even when people don't. Her article went viral across the world. Global scientists arrived once again. This time, they offered to help protect his discovery. They set up solar sensors and weather drones. But Temba kept his methods simple and pure. He still trusted the sun more than machines. Rain returned after years of dryness. His village transformed into a green paradise. Even animals began migrating toward his land. It was as if the earth itself bowed in gratitude. For the first time, the world watched Africa for wisdom. An invitation came from the United Nations. They wanted him to share his discovery globally. Temba stood on the grand stage in Geneva. He looked around at leaders from every nation and spoke in a calm, humble voice. "I didn't stop time," he told them softly. "I just learned to move with it, not against it." The hall fell silent, his words echoing deep. Reporters wrote headlines calling him a genius. But he only thought of his quiet village. While he was away, drought struck nearby nations. People begged for his soil and sunlight formula. Temba shared it freely with everyone. He believed hunger anywhere was pain everywhere. Greed had no place in his garden. But soon corporations arrived with lawyers. They patented his ideas under their names. Factories started selling time soil for profit. The poor could no longer afford what he created to share. The same greed he feared had finally returned. Temba returned home to see his land changed. Companies had built factories around his farm. Smoke filled the air where sunlight once danced. The soil felt heavy, tired, suffocated. The world had taken his gift and poisoned it. He walked into his field one last time. Each step felt heavier than the last. He touched a dying plant and whispered, "Forgive me." It wasn't the soil that failed, it was humanity. Tears fell like rain after a long drought. But Temba wasn't done fighting yet. He gathered children from nearby villages. He taught them everything he knew, for free. "The earth belongs to you, not the powerful," he said. A quiet revolution had begun. The children carried his knowledge across nations. They planted seeds the corporate world couldn't own. Soon, crops began growing freely again. Markets dropped their prices, and famine faded. People remembered and honored his name. When corporations lost profit, they tried to silence him. They offered money, land, even awards. Temba refused every offer with a simple smile. "You can't own time," he said calmly, and walked away into the wind. Years passed, and Temba grew old. But his fields still shined with eternal green. He lived quietly, teaching new generations. No fame, no fortune, only fulfillment. He had already stopped time in his own way. One morning, he didn't come to the fields. The village searched and found him under the old baobab tree. He was resting peacefully, his hand in the soil. The crops around him swayed as if saying goodbye. The man who stopped time had become part of it. His story spread across the world again. Nations created Temba gardens to honor his legacy. Children learned about the man who balanced science and soul. He became a symbol of harmony between man and earth. And his spirit lived wherever seeds were sown. Scientists now study his methods as a new field of science. They call it chrono-agriculture, the rhythm of time farming. No one fully understands how he did it. But everyone agrees he changed the world's hunger forever. The farmer became immortal through his wisdom. So remember Temba, the humble farmer who stopped time. He proved that patience can be more powerful than machines. That hope can grow even where everything once died. But tell me, what would you do if you could stop time? Share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to African Folktales Official for more inspiring and unbelievable African stories.